Hello, everybody. We're here for another episode of Medicine with a Mission, Faith, Family, and the Profession Zoomcast. My name is Paul Waller. I'm the president of Christian Sports Medicine Alliance. We are highlighting a Christian athletic trainer every single day of the month of March to celebrate National Athletic Training Month. And this time we have a guest. Our guest with us is Morgan Tharp. How you doing, Morgan?
I'm great. How are you, Paul?
Good, good. Morgan, share with us your background, your education background, your where you basically everything from not birth, but everything how you came to be where you are now.
Yeah, for sure. So I am from Oklahoma. I graduated high school from Jinx High School. I was a student aide whenever I was there. To a fabulous athletic trainer named Herb Ray. He is awesome. So he was my athletic trainer in high school, got me into the profession, and I went on to Southern Nazarene University in Oklahoma City, where I got my bachelor's in athletic training. And then I met my husband my sophomore year, and we got married shortly after I graduated, and now we're in Texas. I am currently with Texas Health Sports Medicine. I'm the lead athletic trainer in our outreach program. So I do all of like our staffing and our scheduling and communication with our contracts regarding schedules and all of that jazz. And I've got two little boys. They're 4 and 1. The center of my world. I love them so much. Being a mom in this profession is very challenging, but very rewarding as well. And then I have a little dog. His name is Cooper. He's not little, but he's awesome. He's a Dalmatian Australian Shepherd mix. Yep. He's very pretty.
So how is, you just mentioned this, being a mom and a wife with 2 boys and a, yes. What's the challenges with being an athletic trainer with being a mom of two small ones, 2 toddlers basically, and navigating all that?
It's very challenging because, I'm not in the traditional setting. I'm in hospital outreach. Mm-hmm. My schedule varies week to week. I don't have the same schedule every week. I am currently consistently working with Melissa High School, servicing their middle school athletics department and covering their home, football, volleyball, basketball games. We're starting into middle school soccer now. That's the only consistent part of my schedule. So the most challenging part is being able to efficiently and effectively balance that work life with my home life, and being able to realize when I've done enough work and I need to pick up more family time and quote unquote mom time. You never stop being a mom, but there's days you have to work and days where you get to be at home with your kids and your family. Setting out the time. So my 4-year-old, he's in T-ball, setting out that time every week to say, Monday nights are for T-ball practice. I have a game every Saturday. It's either early in the morning or it's, 5 or 6 o'clock at night. So fortunately with my schedule, I do get to navigate that a little bit and, leave room for those events. So it's challenging at times, but it's also rewarding because my kids get to see that I am a hardworking professional, and it gives them, a little encouragement that you can do whatever you set your mind to.
Yeah. So, how have you seen, being a Christian athletic trainer, how have you seen your faith manifest itself, worked out in the workplace, in the setting that you're in, whether it be in Melissa or Texas Health in the office, or how have you seen God work in your life through this?
God works in mysterious ways. I think that he, and I know that's a very cliche thing to say, but it's very true. I might not know the plan that he has. I might see and want myself, step D, but he says, no, Morgan, there's steps A, B, and C you have to complete and achieve before you can get there. And so in ways, between the 2 positions I've had as a professional, he's really taught me how to be humble, and humble in my faith, humble in my life. I came out of my undergrad, ready to race. Ready to hop on the horse and race on the track and not really learning how to ride first. And so that was something that I had to learn. And it took a lot of humility and courage to kind of step back and say, no, I'm still in the learning process. I need to take that step back. And God really opened up my eyes and allowed me to have that ability to do so. And then on another hand is the getting to work with as many different people as I get to work with has really taught me more about, the society that we live in and people that come from all different backgrounds. So before I worked with Melissa, I was working with UT Arlington cheer and dance teams in Arlington, Texas. And I loved every second of it. Two completely different worlds. You go from a collegiate cheer and dance teams and you go to working, middle school athletic training room and event coverage, and
Totally different.
That's athletes. And so being a Christian athletic trainer, I have that ability to talk to people that are in their young adult years, but also, associate and talk to the kids that are just getting their feet on the ground and just figuring out who they are as people. So it's great to see the different walks of life and get to share my experiences with those different types of athletes.
Okay, cool. Well, what is, before we go, what is that verse or the verses? You probably have a long list. Fine. That would be, you would consider your foundation, your life verses that you may have some that are different for your family than compared to for your job.
Yeah, absolutely.
What are those?
So long story short, back whenever I was in high school, I got in a really bad car accident. And this is where God really showed me that he has a plan for us. He has a plan for each individual. That's also where I started. That's when I knew I wanted to be an athletic trainer. Right after my car accident, it took me out of athletics as an athlete, and I didn't know where to go. I didn't know what to do. So I got introduced to the sports medicine student aid program consistently as a sophomore. I mean, I knew about it. I was in the sports medicine classes as a freshman. But after my car accident, my sophomore year, or my junior year, I was full force into sports medicine, student aid. I would go up in the training room every morning. And so through that experience, it got me into this profession. And through that, I would say that the life verse for like that phase of my life that I've carried through would be Jeremiah 29:11. That's a very common life verse that people have. And Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, but to give you a hope and future." Just a good, solid reminder that God has a plan for each and every one of us. It doesn't mean that, what we want and what our dreams aren't going to happen. It just means that, the Lord is with you and has that plan for you and wants to see you, full of hope at whatever destination you have. And he knows everything beforehand, but you're also allowed to make those decisions, make those choices. And he just, that promise is something I hold very true in my heart. So, and then in another aspect of my life, which is like my marriage and my family life, whenever my husband and I got married, actually on all of like our stationery, I guess, for the wedding, it had Ecclesiastes 4:12 on it, which is a cord of three strands is not easily broken. I am a firm believer in this. If you have two people in any sort of relationship that you have, you cannot be the best in that relationship unless if you are closest or closer to God than you could be. I like to look at this another way as a visual, like a triangle. If God is up top and you got you and your spouse or your significant other, the closer you individually grow with God, the closer you get there as a couple. And that is something that in my life, you can compare that to any relationship you want. Honestly, it doesn't have to be your spouse. But yeah, those are the two that I really, really hold on to and kind of live by.
Cool. Well, Morgan, thank you for
You're
for
very welcome.
this and letting us highlight you and see you and talk to you. And you're in a very much of a different setting than most everybody else. You're in the outreach setting. And so it's great to hear that you're being able to be a witness and a light in where you are working with. I worked at Melissa, so I know those kids.
Yes, they're awesome kids. They're
Yeah,
great.
they are great administrators, great coaches to work
Yes.
with. It's a great place to be.
Yep.
If you're interested in learning more about Christian Sports Medicine Alliance and our mission and what we're doing, please go to our website at christiansportsmed.org. If you want to follow us on Twitter, you can do that as well at tweetcsma. If you are a Christian athletic trainer or you know a Christian athletic trainer that is on Facebook all the time and wants a place they can go and do life and share what God is doing in their life, share their foundation, life verse, testimony, prayer requests, whatever. Go to Beyond the ATR Facebook page. We have well over 2,000 people on that page, and it's a great place just to come and be and do family and have a community of fellow like-minded athletic trainers like yourself. Morgan, again, thank you very much for letting us highlight you.
Very welcome. Thank you very much, Paul, for
Now,
all
by the
your.
way, Morgan is also she staffs me on my work. I kind of kid her, she's kind of my boss. So one of many at Texas Health. I do contract
Very
work.
indirectly, but.
Yeah, it's somewhat, yes. I am a contract PRN for Texas Health. I've been for one for like 10 years. So,
Yes.
but anyway, well, hey, Morgan, have a great day. We'll
Thank you. You too.
have some events coming up here soon. So,
Yep.
see you out there.
All right. Thanks, Paul.
Thank you.